What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is Growing Up Hip Hop, Season 6, Episode 6. 6 and 6, alright? No more sixes to go. So this episode really wasn't that interesting, so it's probably not going to be a long review, but let's jump into it. So we start the episode off, we have Angela. She's back in LA. We have her talking to her best, I would say it's probably her best friend / assistant. I don't even think they call her assistant anymore. But basically, her and the boyfriend have broken up. And I think, listen, I'm going to sum this conversation up in you feel stupid. That's it. That's all. You normally do not include the public in your personal life. Even when you were dating SJ's father, we ain't know nothing about it until you was pregnant. And then you sort of went, you really still didn't really go public with the relationship. But we did get public pictures of y'all together when you were pregnant. And I'm sure that was just to let everybody know that you didn't just get knocked up by some random dude, that you were in a committed relationship with this guy and you got pregnant. Because prior to that, everybody thought you was a virgin. Well, everybody really think you was a virgin, but you thought everybody thought you was a virgin. But that was the story you was going with. Even though Bow Wow had told everybody you wasn't a virgin. But that's a whole nother conversation for another day. Moving on. And so, I really feel like that's what this whole conversation was about. Her and the dude have broken up. She unfollowed him on Instagram. She deleted pictures. And she feels stupid. She's like, when I include people in my life, yes, I went public because I thought this was something that was going to last. I thought this was something that was serious. And it hurts because you're dealing with a breakup, but then you're also dealing with public opinion, and you're also dealing with your family's opinion. So this is what I'm going to say. And not that Angela Simmons gives a damn about what I think, and that's fine. I respect that too. Angela, at the end of the day, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. So what I say about it is this: live your life, fuck everybody else. If the comments bother you that much, turn your comments off. Post what you want to post, when you want to post it, and how you want to post it. Turn your comments off and pay it no mind. Because at the end of the day, you could have found the love of your life. Y'all could be happy for the next 20 years. And on year 21, y'all get a divorce. Somebody's going to be like, see, I told y'all it wasn't going to last. There's really nothing you can do. And so either you have to make a decision that you're going to live your life privately or you're going to live your life publicly. But just know that because you are a public figure and you are out here publicly, people are going to have an opinion. You post on Instagram frequently, and you very rarely post yourself with a guy. You usually post it up in your bathing suits. You post it up advertising your hair and whatever else you're selling at the time. Your workout line and all that other stuff. So when you do post a guy, people are going to take notice and people are going to have an opinion. You guys were very public. It didn't last. So what? So what? That was your first relationship since you broke up with SJ's father. Hell, SJ about 5 or 6 years old. Girl, live, enjoy life. Stop being so consumed. You claim to be somebody that doesn't care about public opinion, but you clearly are. You clearly do. And I get it. We all, to a certain extent, do. But girl, let it go. It's really not that serious. And I know that's easier said than done, and I get it. But don't beat yourself up for enjoying life. Don't beat yourself up for having an opinion. I mean, for wanting to let people know you're happy. And sometimes when we're in relationships, it's a reason, season, lifetime. He wasn't a lifetime. He was a reason and a season. He might have been to just get you out of the funk, okay? Now, I spent more time on that than I probably needed to, only because I ain't got a whole lot more with this episode. So, Cree is hosting Vanessa, Tanise, and Angela at her house or at her rental or whatever. They having Manny's and Patty's and they're having a good time. And so they have the whole conversation. Cree lets them know about the rumor that's going on that Egypt has started about TT. And of course, Vanessa is like, well, damn, I guess I gotta tell her. Now, let me say this. In hindsight, when we get to the end of this episode, and Vanessa ends up telling TT, and TT is really upset about the fact that her wedding planner knew and didn't say anything. I see both sides to this coin. I think once TT sees the episode, and she may not feel no differently, but I think once she sees the episode, she'll understand, hopefully, where Cree was coming from the point of view of, I don't know you. You are a client. We're not friends. Like we're maybe working on a friendship, but we are not friends. And so I'm sharing the information with someone that you would feel comfortable hearing it from, that maybe you are open to hearing this type of bad news. Because let's be clear, it's never easy. I feel like we've all at some point in our life been in a situation where we have to share bad news, and you never want to be the messenger, because a lot of times people kill the messenger. An increased situation, let's take out the fact that we're making a TV show. Let's just increased situation. She's in a bad spot. You are the wedding planner, but you don't know the bride or the groom. You literally just met them, but you do know someone who's a really, really good friend. I understand it. Now, in hindsight, maybe it would have been better, and again, you damned if you do, because if Vanessa had taken Cree with her, then she may have been embarrassed to say, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Why are you telling me this in front of a stranger? But then the flip side is Vanessa did it without her, and we'll get to that. I didn't skip through the whole damn episode. Anyway, Angela ends up showing up. She was a little late, but Angela does end up showing up. And, of course, Angela lets them know that her and old boy aren't together anymore. And I think she was expecting Vanessa to act a certain way or have an opinion. And Vanessa did kind of for a little bit say, well, I tried to ask you and you wouldn't open up and tell me what's going on. But then Vanessa said point blank, listen, that is why I keep my relationship private. I don't speak on my relationship. We are very private. You get a very little snippet. Like at the end of the day, I think I said this last week, I didn't even know that she was dating Wayans. Why are you? I was going to call him the Wayans. I didn't even know she was dating Damon Wayans' son until the baby shower. I knew she was pregnant, but at the baby shower when we saw the pictures of the Wayans, and I was like, okay, oh damn, that's who she's with. And I didn't even know they were still together until last season when she made comments about them still being together. So she does keep her relationship very quiet, which I thought was very interesting about why you felt the need for Angela to tell you all her business. But and again, Angela even said that in this moment, she said, listen, I don't really want to have that conversation on camera. Like, I'll talk to you, but I don't want to talk on camera about it. And so again, I feel like that's a situation where Angela, once again, wants to control how much we see and don't see, which I can respect that, at the end of the day. Then we have, Cree opened up a little bit about the situation with her dad. She said, we don't have a good relationship. We don't speak. I haven't talked to him since Father's Day. We've never had a good relationship, and I kind of don't really know why, So there's that, yada yada boo. Because we're gonna get to that a little bit later. Well, I might as well go ahead and knock it. We'll get to that later on, child. Like I said, it ain't a whole lot with this episode. So Savannah, I think it's Savannah. Now I'm just being silly, but I really think it's Savannah. She meets up with Bree. Listen, we've done this dance with Bree, I think, every season she's been on. Going back to, was she on season 1? Yeah, she was on season 1. That's when she was in an abusive relationship. But we've gone back to this. And so we're at a restaurant. Bree is drinking. Like, by the time she got done adding the 2 bottles of the 2 little, the little bottles you can get like from a bar, whatever, of Belvedere, it was more like, do you want some ginger ale with your gin? Okay. Or vodka, whatever, Belvedere. I don't drink white liquor, child. So they're talking, and she talks to her about Boogie. And the one thing I can respect out of Bree is, listen, me and Boogie are not in a good place right now, but don't let what me and Boogie are going through reflect on your relationship with Boogie. Like, at the end of the day, Boogie is not a bad guy. Me and him just aren't in a good place. And she did tell her about Boogie showing up at her house and how that whole situation went down, and how she ended up cussing him out or whatever. But I can respect that. Savannah is like, listen, I like Boogie. I think Boogie's a really nice guy, but I'm really trying to figure it all out because, I don't want to get caught up in something and it end up, being a bad thing. Now, Savannah brought up the fact that Angela broke up with her boyfriend. And again, Bree was like, all right, hope it works out for her. Like, I'm sorry to hear that. And I think Savannah was trying to get Bree to say something else. And Bree was like, listen, nobody knows what's going on behind closed doors except for the people who are behind those closed doors. That's it. That's all. I wish her the best. I'm sorry it didn't work out. She said, and that is why I don't go public with my relationships until they are solid. Like, that's just not something I like to do. Now, little Eric is having a cookout, and he invites JoJo and Tanise. He lives like 2 hours outside of Los Angeles. He has this nice outside grilling area with a waterfall pool in the background. Now, listen, let me say this. Nobody else was there but him. Little Eric got 20 kids and a wife. The wife won't there, the kids won't there. He said they were at grandma's house. Now listen, I smell Airbnb. I know he is making a ton of money in the cannabis world. I get it. He can probably afford a house like this, I'm sure. But I just felt like this wasn't his house. Now that's just my opinion. Now you take my opinion and you add it with 2 cents, and you know what you're going to get. You're going to get 2 cents. So, that's it, Now, they get to talking about the wedding and getting ready for the wedding and all that other good stuff going on for the wedding. And they bring up the rumor. Tanise tells them about the rumor about TT's boyfriend, fiance, and I feel like Lil Easy is like, listen, I would hate to hear it. Ain't nobody trying to go all the way to Jamaica on some bullshit. Like, are they really getting married or are they not getting married? But listen, I get it. I understand. I played around. I made some really bad decisions too that, that didn't always end well. And I just hope that it ain't what, I just hope it's not what it seems to be and that they really in a good place because he seems like a really good guy. Little Twist, we find out is going to be the DJ at the wedding. Okay. And he said he's never been to Jamaica. But that surprises me on one end, but then it doesn't really surprise me because, they are on the West Coast. And I guess, like, for us on the East Coast, Jamaica's not a big deal. I'm not saying it's not a big deal to go, but I mean, it's not hard to get to. It's not a long flight. You can do cruises out of Miami that take you to, you know what I mean? So, but I guess if you grow up on the West Coast and, that kind of thing, it's not, anyway. Because I want to go to the islands on the West Coast. Like, the next cruise I want it to be a cruise either in another country, like another European cruise, or they have cruises in, Asia, Africa. Like, I want to do a cruise out of another country, continent, okay? Or off the West Coast so I can hit some of the islands over there. Like, I want to go to Tahiti, Bora Bora, okay? Anyway, I digress. So, we see Creed hooking up with her cousin. It's her birthday. He bought her a really nice gift. She's talking about wanting to spend time with her dad, wanting to rectify things with her dad, not understanding how bad things were with her dad. And he said, well, you got to take some responsibility. I mean, you did go to the press and blast him. She was like, okay, so I did go to the press and say he was a deadbeat dad. But 1, it was true. 2, I was 15. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to hold it against a 15-year-old to say that her dad is a deadbeat when he was. That's what we're doing. We're going to hold it against me. So I don't know, at some point, maybe later on this season, we'll get a conversation between her and Uncle Luke. I don't know. Finally, we get the conversation with Vanessa talking to TT. And Vanessa lets TT know what's going on. And, when you say it out loud, it sounds so silly. Well, Creed told me, Savannah told her, because Egypt told her, and Egypt heard it either from her mama or her auntie, because we really don't know where she got it from, but we know she didn't get it from herself. And so, of course, TT's response was what you would expect it to be. It's angry, it's hurt, it's frustration, and Vanessa seems to feel like Egypt is doing this to hurt TT because she misses her, and this is the only way she knows how to maybe get TT's attention. TT's thing is, stop playing with me, stop playing with my man, and stay out my business. Now, I'm going to say this. What I did notice throughout this whole conversation, TT didn't say it wasn't true. TT never said it wasn't true. TT said they need to mind their business. They need to stay out my business. I know all about their business. They don't want me to tell people their business. And Vanessa even said, well, it's not true, right? And TT never said no. She just got mad, frustrated, pissed off, and she actually ended up walking off at the end of the scene. So this is what I feel like happened. Because at the beginning of this episode, we have this whole scene. Oh, I forgot about that. We had this whole scene with TT and Sean talking about how they met, how they started dating. And Sean was like, listen, you really the only serious relationship I ever had. I only have like one other ex-girlfriend. But it sounds like Sean was a player. And I'm telling you what it was. I said this before. I'm going to say it again. They met. They started dating. Sean still had 4, 5, 6, 7 other women laying around. TT thought she was the only one. When she found out she wasn't the only one, she got hurt. She got her feelings. She probably told her mama. Her mama told the aunties. But since then, they have moved into a monogamous relationship, and they've been good ever since. Now, the way Vanessa relayed the message, it made it seem like they're saying Sean is cheating on you right now. But that's not what the aunt said. The aunt said to them, Sean has cheated on TT. And Pepper even said, I knew about Sean cheating on TT. I didn't get the impression that either one of them was saying present tense. But of course, just like in a game of telephone, by the time it went through 3 or 4 people and it finally got to TT, now it sounds like they're saying he's cheating on her currently. And I don't think that's what the original rumor was. It doesn't matter. We are where we are, and that's what it is. So y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in those comments, please.